Hey YouTube, we're back. The old little little Steven shorty shotty there is done, but I'm not happy with it, and I'm probably gonna redo it anyway. Although my dad seemed pretty happy with it, but I think that was probably just the initial of wow, because it does look better than it did look, but I'm not happy with it. So, uh, y'all gonna just have to deal with not being able to see my face. Way I've got it set up at this close, the camera angles, the field of focus on the camera just isn't enough to show my face and the gun too. So here we go. Alright, about the barrel, I'm pretty happy with that. That darkened up about like you would expect it to, and I think it looks pretty good. Although I did dump it back in the oven and do it for a second time to get it a little darker than it was. I think I said that. I think I mentioned that in one of the videos. The receiver here. I polished that up to near about a mirror finish. I wished before I spent that 6 hours polishing it by hand was just, I wish I'd have realized that the color of this steel looked like it had a lot of chrome in it. I haven't put a magnet on it to see if it was really so much chrome in it that a magnet won't stick to it, but I'm sure a magnet will. It's probably not that high quality of chrome, of stainless, but anyway, apparently you can't blue stainless. Wish I'd have known that beforehand, but anyway, that goldish color it put on it, it looked okay at first, but as you see the light spots in it there, well, I hope the camera's showing that to you. You just never know what you're going to see on these little cell phone cameras and what you ain't. But that happened just in handling it to put it all back together, putting the springs and all back in, which I have to tighten the buttstock up a little bit. It's a tad bit loose. Probably like, I don't know, 10 thousandths of an inch wiggle room in there. But oh well. We'll just tighten it up and not worry nothing else about it. But I understand now why it was painted black from the factory, because they couldn't blue it. And I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that the chemical bluing that they use on these things probably wouldn't work either. But anyway, I'll have to paint it. I mean, so ain't no big thing. This here part apparently is some different kind of metal altogether. This is, obviously really real silvery. So, got a lot of chrome in it. And this is silvery, but not as much as that. And then this, polished up real silvery, but it blued. That's just hot oil bluing. Granted, there's a light spot right in here, but that's on the bottom of it. You're not ever going to see it, and I'm not going to worry about it. Can you see it? It's cleaned up, But overall, well, I guess I'll show you I've done the trigger guard as well, and that turned out real nice. But I wish that I'd took a little more time and polished it up a little more than I did. But it don't look bad. In fact, as far as I can tell, that's how a lot of them come. Let me put my cigarette out. I gotta quit smoking. Shit's done about killed me. Y'all didn't hear me say that, but You know, we took all the screws out. We polished all those up and blued them, and they all blued up pretty good. These probably ain't the original screws that came with it from the factory, but they were what was in it that they were in it when it came to us, and so I polished them up and blued them too. But yeah, we done the trigger and we done the hammer as well. Although they weren't rusty, I just heated those and dropped them in the oil, and they darkened up to where I felt like that they were good. We didn't do the release lever. I think it's called the breeching lever. There just wasn't no need for it. There was no rust on it, except for maybe just a little bit down there in the bottom of that pattern there. And also, I wasn't entirely sure if that was some sort of cast piece or not, and I didn't want to risk, you know, heating it and then the thing just melt and be a blob. But taking it apart and cleaning it, the gun actually works a lot better than it did. When you close it, the snap even sounds different. And that is the heaviest hammer I've ever messed with. Which we don't around here. We don't just drop them on an empty cylinder. But the wood, we sanded it down, got it nice and smooth, and stained it up and had it looking really nice. Put the clear coat on it. I'm going to lay this thing down. I'm tired of holding it. Put the clear on it and all that. Came back up, and the next day there was dust particles stuck all in this thing. Let me see. Yeah, and it ran too, and I had to sand the runs out of it. This Minwax fast drying polyurethane. If you're going to be doing something small like guns with a lot of you know, intersecting curves to where it could run, this ain't what you need. This stuff is, can you hear that? This stuff's as thin as water. Yeah, and it's oddly enough about the color of beer. But anyhow, I had to sand it down and redo it. And then, you know, of course, I had to stain it again. That's why it got darker. I didn't put no more of that crap on it. No way. I'm not doing that again. I'll just go buy some of the stuff that I used on my other guns. The original kind that's kind of thick and don't run like water. But anyway, I was gonna go do that before I did this video, but I changed my mind. I figured, well, if I got to take the whole thing apart again anyway, well, I'm not gonna take, you know, the springs and all that out, but I gotta take the wood off and all that, and, you know, mask all this off. I'll just wait until I paint this, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and put a coat of paint on the barrel, because my dad's not a gun nut. He's owned this thing for more than 30 years and has never fired it, okay? It's just going to probably go back there by his bed and sit there and rust up again. So, you know, I'm thinking a coat of paint might just be the thing. Might just be what this gun needs. But, yeah. Everything's working right. Yeah, I was going to say something else too. Oh yeah. If you got to take one of these apart, they're simple, but getting these springs back in, especially this one. Oh, I can't say that word on YouTube. It's female dog to get this thing back together. I cussed, and I cussed, and I cussed. That's the only way I can think to really explain to you how aggravating it was. These springs in this thing, I feel like they're way, way heavier than they need to be. But it is what it is. It probably fires, it probably goes boom every time, so, you know. It went boom every time when me and my brother was out shooting it. I should say me and my brothers. My brother Thomas, he's such a big old chicken, boop boop, that he shot it about twice and said he was done with it. He went back up to the house, and we didn't see him no more that day. He's probably gonna shoot me when he sees this video. Shoot me with my own shotgun. That'll break it over my head. No, but yeah, me and my brother, my brother Ronnie, I think we shot most of a box of ammo, or half of a box, somewhere in there. It's been 10 years or more since we were shooting this thing, so, you know, I don't remember, but we shot it a bunch that day, and other than than the forestock, I'm not sure if I can show you this, but oh well. Other than the forestock being so loose that it would just come off, we didn't have any problems with it, which I've been, well, I guess y'all probably don't know how to tighten these up, but well, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but all you need to do is just bend this little tab here, bend this little tab here, you know, kind of at this bend right here. I'm gonna go that way, and then maybe take this one out just a hair. I mean, you know, like, I'm talking thousandths of an inch, you know. I bent it just a little bit and actually got it to where it, like this, to where it doesn't rattle anymore. Well, it rattles if you grab your, like that, but you don't hear it rattling anymore. But anyway, you know, if you do that, you certainly want to be careful about it so that you don't bend it too much, and certainly don't sit there and work it back and forth and break it. Oh yeah, part of the reason too that this thing was kind of loose and didn't fit right. Someone at some point had taken this screw out, which, you know, it just holds in the front end of this mechanism here, and they'd stuck a washer under there, and I knew it didn't belong to the gun because it wasn't blued metal. It was like chrome or nickel plated or whatever, zinc plated, I don't know, I'll just get the washer. Yeah, I'm tired, YouTube. I've been working today, but they had that washer under there that, you know, obviously doesn't go to the gun. So now I had a little bit of trouble getting that screw to go in there, but all I done was just loosen this one up where I could have a little wiggle room up here, and it went in without any problems. And I just tightened that one back down, and it actually tightened the stock up for me to where I don't have to have that piece of paper behind it anymore. But alright, YouTube, I don't know if I'm gonna finish I don't know if I'm gonna film I don't know if I'm gonna film taking the gun down again. I mean, y'all seen it. I mean, you know, so if y'all want to see me take it apart and redo the wood to where it actually looks decent, paint this, get in the comments and let me know. If not, my next video will probably be a restoration of an old pocket knife. The day me and my brother Ronnie again. The day that we found this knife in that toolbox, there might have been some old junk tools in it. That's been a long time ago too, but we found this knife, another pocket knife. Pocket knife is, you know, not like this, but there was a couple of cigarette lighters in there as well. I don't have them anymore, and I don't know why, but one was like one of those clear one with a clear plastic bottom, and then you could see the little piece of plastic in there, and it had like a gold leaf ocean going vessel on it, like a schooner ship or something like that. And then the other one was actually an aluminum body lighter, but it was silver plated. And it had someone's initials on it too, which, you know, I'm sure as old as that lighter was, the original owner was probably passed away. And, you know, for this knife to be as rusted as it was in that box, that stuff had been laying out there for years, and there was no way I was ever going to find the owner to return the lighter. So, and, you know, plus the owner might have been the one that tossed it. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm sorry, YouTube. I've been working today. I'm tired. But that other knife's a Camilla's pocket knife, or at least that's what's on the blade. I don't know if it's a carbon steel blade or not, but they blued up okay, and the wooden scabs that, you know, what do you call? I don't know what you call them. The wooden scabs on the knife, I guess. I'm going to say handle because I don't know what else to call it. They're missing, and that's probably what we're going to try to make some, and, you know, carve them down and make them work, and so the knife's usable again. And I've actually, in one of the yards that I work in, I had to cut down a running rose bush, and it's got, down near the base of it, the stalk was probably yay big around. That's redneck measurements. Oh, yay big around. I figure if I split that in half and get rid of the thorns, of course, I can make a rosewood handle. That's my idea. Whether it works out the way I hope it does, who knows? I mean, if it works, you'll see it. If it don't work, I mean, it'll be like this. If it works out, you'll see it. If it don't, you'll still see it. Well, I've got to quit smoking. We'll all learn from my mistakes. How about that? Alright, YouTube, I ain't cleaning this crap up tonight. It can just sit here another night or two. Alright, YouTube, I'm fixing to kill this video, and I'm probably heading to bed. I done got my belly full, and I done got sleepy, and I'm stuttering and all that good static. But alright, good night, YouTube.